It was a lot of fun. And a lot of good times, a lot of playing out, a lot of knocking on people's doors.
Hey guys, it's Jermaine from the Parfait crew, and today we'll be talking about the conclusion of council estate. Today I'm here with
Itai, the one and only Hugues.
So guys, what did you learn from our council estate talks? I'll go with you first, Hugues.
I personally, mainly from part one, the message that goes, growing up or living in the council estate doesn't define who you are as a person. It's all about your mindset and the people you hang around with and what you truly want in life. That's what, yeah.
Interesting. Okay, Mr. Itai?
Well, what I got was like different experiences and different opinions from both the videos.
Yes.
The first videos with him, with the interview with the guys that grew up on the council estate, it was very enlightening, like hearing like their concepts and opinions. For example, their in-depth discussion on the subject, fuck the police. Like we hear it in hip-hop videos and also hip-hop films, but no one's really talked about that slogan in depth that much. And one of the guys talked about his experiences at Carnival, how he had respect for the police before that, and then he had an incident with the police and he decided to say, yeah, fuck the police. So that was quite enlightening. And then there was the talk with the Jennifer girl, the second interview, how she says she didn't care about living in a council estate and how it didn't define her or her outlook on life or other people.
Yeah, it's true.
From the first point that you said about F the police, what I like the most is that they actually did mention that it's not all police are the same. Only certain police that do make life harder for quote unquote minorities. So it's not all police.
That's always to do with the individual, isn't it, really? And I guess some people go by the book of the police, like how they approach young men in the council estate, and obviously some men do it from, I guess, maybe from their personal perception of how they see the police, you know. Also guys, I think it was good to hear from Jennifer, and like just, you know, she had this positive vibe and talking about, you know, her experience on the council estate. Even from the guys before, I think just talking about living in a council estate and how it's normal to people that have lived on a council estate most of their lives. So people that haven't lived on the council estate will have a different perception, obviously, especially because of how the media portrays, you know, council estate, and how you always hear about crimes and stabbings and whatnot, instead of like hearing about the community and how people do get together and how like they're people with different cultures and backgrounds.
Shoot, community was that. It was the big thing that Jennifer, you know, spoke about. Is that that's how they see themselves. Like it's council estate is like a city within the city. Like they see it, like it's almost like they have that bond, you know. Yeah, that's a big one. Community.
Well, I wouldn't say city so far. I'd say it's in their own world, like their own vibe. Like they're multicultural, they're all working class, and they don't look down on each other because they're all in the working class, you know, working class council estate environment. So they are a community, but they are a community unlike any other in Britain. The kind of community. So that's my view on it.
And that's the thing that me personally, I've never lived in the council estate before. Maybe I've just learned something new from there, you know. Yeah,
I think
it's normal. It's normal.
It's normal, people. Let's just say that it's normal. I think, you know, just hearing about stories on council estate, like they had their you know, their everyday lives, you know, playing around, knocking on people's doors and whatnot. And obviously, in part one, we heard about Nathan and how obviously the older guys that were involved with like drugs and gangs would always like tell them to hide weapons and stuff like that, which was kind of eye-opener, you know, because kids, they don't know, I guess they don't know any different, they just see it as a game, you know. So I think we also have to it brought an awareness of how like some young men or adults use advantage of like young boys to, you know, hide these weapons and whatnot, and that I think it was just very insightful to hear like different mindsets in the same area, you know, because not everyone in the council estate associate with drugs and whatnot. They're very hard working people that probably have like several jobs that work in the council estate, working to become better, you know.
Yeah, and also one of the points that one of them made in the first video is that if you associate yourself with those people, then you're basically guilty by association. You're just as bad. which was, I'm not sure if I agreed, but I'm not sure if I disagreed, because you shouldn't keep bad company like that.
Well, it's true. But it's hard when you live within, because it's such a closed environment, and that's the people you see, that's the people you go to school with, and that's the people you play with every day. So it's hard to try to stay away from. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but I can almost sympathize with them, because that's all you see growing up. So it's not easy to stay away from trouble sometimes, I think.
True, and I guess like you kind of build your own kind of like, maybe with some people that are involved with music or art, they kind of build their own refuge to get away from what could be going on around them, and maybe make that thing into a long life career so that they can work themselves out of the estate. I mean, that's if some people want to move out of the estate, Yeah,
that's true. I agree with you. Yeah.
Yes, and also like bringing the point back to Jennifer. She says like her lifestyle, like living on her estate, wasn't anything like that. It was quite calm, relaxed, peaceful, and just multicultural. And she says a lot of the people who she knows who have degrees are from council estates, so they're well educated and professional people, and now they're even well off, moving on to greater and bigger things. So I wouldn't really agree that you necessarily have to mix with those people.
I'm just saying that it's hard sometimes not to, because that's all you see.
Sometimes it's not as hard as that.
I guess so.
Oh, it's getting saucy here, guys.
Well, that's my opinion. Like me and Hugues were bros, but we can still have different opinions on certain subjects.
Yeah, but I always win, so.
I think we're all entitled to have our own opinions, and I think it's always good to hear different perspectives about one topic. It's always interesting to hear things from different views. So I mean, it's always good to have different views. We don't always have to agree on everything. So yeah. Anything else you want to say, Mr. Itai?
I would say like all this, when we interviewed Jennifer and all those guys, like we felt perfectly safe in the council estates areas.
Yes,
place didn't feel any harm, and I think the council estate stereotype is just blown out of proportion. It's clickbait. I say the media is just blown out of proportion for clickbait, just getting attention. But people that live on council estates, they're just normal, regular people. Even Jennifer said that, like, when she invites people over to the council estate, sometimes they might be shocked, oh, you live here. But once they've settled in for like a few minutes, they realize it's just like any other area.
I agree. And I think because of, the media can be very selective on what they want to show. So, these kind of things can probably happen in rich areas and whatnot. Like they probably have the same stories, but they just know how to cover it up, So I think with council estates, there's a lot of exposure in the negative area instead of the positive area,
Yeah, then again, that's why as people you should always do your homework, and don't just believe anything that you see on the news. Like, do your own research before jumping into any conclusions.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. I think we're done. Or you guys want to add anything?
Yeah.
Partly. I'll say that partly, yes. Partly, I agree with you.
So yeah, what about you? What did you think?
Oh yes, I didn't really talk about what I thought. Yeah, so part one, it was really good to hear from the guys. It was a very chilled environment. It was good to hear about their upbringings, and obviously some of the guys, two out of three guys still live in council estates. While the other guy, Doug, he lives in a bit of a nicer area.
Gated area, Silver Spoon.
Yeah, so we got Silver Spoon, Doug. Hey, we see you. But yeah,
in a gated area. I never knew that.
Yeah, but it's still within the same area. So obviously my point was in the first episode is that we live on the same land, but we're put into different classes and whatnot. Like how obviously some people define themselves by their reputation and where they live and whatnot, which shouldn't be the case, because we're a lot more than where we live and like what jobs we do and whatnot. And obviously I had a very good enjoyable vibe with Jennifer. Like that interview was very good, and like you can get people from the that live in a council estates that have a lot of humor and I would say very grounded and down to earth. And I think people that have probably lived in those areas that may transcend to living in nicer houses will probably be more likely to be humble and grateful. Anyone that
they know what it is.
Yeah, what it's like. Yeah, exactly. Anyone that's started from small beginnings and have made it big, I'm sure they're a lot more humble and more grateful towards things. Yeah. Anyway, guys, it's been good talking about this episode. Please leave your comments down below and subscribe and leave a ding-a-ling-a-ling like. Thank you very much, guys. Hey, come on, Itai.
Well, on behalf of the whole of Panther crew, thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoyed the Council Estate Part 1, Part 2 and Part 3. And if you do,
for you, please
calm down, I'm not finished. If you continue watching, hopefully we'll have maybe even more Council Estate episodes. So if you like and subscribe to us, please encourage us and support us. You guys want to say something?
Yeah, just if you have any suggestions of what you'd like to see, please just leave in the comments down below. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye bye.
That was good.
Hugues. And this is Council Estate Part 3.